Hi everyone, Kelvin here. This is the second part of the game that I'm gonna do a demo on, which is Mombatuk and the Biawak invasion. In the last video, there was a setup video. If you've not seen it, you can check it out. I'm sure the link will be in the description below. But this time, in this video, I'm gonna show you how to play the game. So we'll start with a couple turns just to see how the game goes. So we'll start with this is two-player game. We'll start with Mombatuk first. Usually we'll go from clockwise, but since we're going clockwise, we'll do Sumina first. Sumina is gonna go first. Doesn't really matter. So there is a small how game phase written here, so we can follow that. So at the start of the turn, the characters can do actions in the player card itself. I'm going to use a different player card. In the player card, it tells you how many actions you can do, the special ability, and the health. And these are the extra special ability that they can do. If you play using Silang, no Biawaks may spawn on his location, which is pretty rad. And he may move one warrior linked to his space as a turn. As one of his actions. So he's pretty good. Yes. So we'll start with Sumina. So what we want to do is we want to remove as many Biawaks as we can. So she can actually move 4 spaces. If 4 actions means she can go on the link 1, 2, 3, 4. She could do 4 actions, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Or she can actually, but attacking is also 1 action. Sumina has a special ability here where she can attack a adjacent space as a turn. So instead of going here and attacking that character, she can actually attack from 1 safe distance. So we'll just start by doing that. We're gonna use our first action by attacking that monster over there. So to attack, we'll use a dice matrix. Each character has, in order to attack, you have to use the dice matrix by rolling a dice. So Sumina, using a special ability and 1 action, is going to attack this monster over here, which is actually a lieutenant. And this lieutenant has 1 hit point. So if we were to roll a dice, we say roll a dice, I roll a 4. If I roll a 4 and make 2 attacks, that is more than enough to defeat that character. So I will remove that. So that's the first action. The second action is gonna, so 1, 2, and she's gonna attack those guys there. So she's gonna roll again. 3. She rolls 6. So using the dice matrix, 6 is 1. So she's gonna remove the big guy because it's only a 1 hit point. And she's going to do another attack action. And she rolls a 4, which is 2 attacks. So she spent all her 4 actions. So that's her actions done by attacking from a safe distance. After you do your actions, you draw 2 warrior cards. So Sumina will draw 2 warrior cards, and we'll have a look. Ooh, nice. So these are what the warrior cards look like. She has an attack value warrior card, swift, healing, and defend. Okay, we'll keep that. Each character can only have 7, maximum of 7 cards in their hand. If they're more than that, they'll have to discard the 8 card. So bear that in mind. Only Mombatuk has a special ability where he can actually hold 8 cards. So after drawing the warrior cards, we draw the monster deck. So in the Swarm Tracker, it says 2. So we just draw 2. The first one is TU5. That's when we advance the Swarm. The Swarm's going to invade TU5. Oop, this guy has appeared in the Southern Tower. And then TM2, which is Tambunan. TM2, Northern Tower. Okay, that's Sumina's action done. Next is Mombatuk's turn. So Mombatuk's gonna go. Mombatuk cannot attack like how Sumina does, because Sumina's using fireball, she can attack from safe distance. Mombatuk needs to go, on the same spot to attack. So I'm going to use this action go because it's link. So 1, 2, that's my 2 action, and now I'm going to attack that character. So by using a dice, and then basing it on the dice matrix as well, I roll a 2. A 2 is 1 attack and 1 defend. So I managed to remove 1 Biawak. So that was my my third action. And my fourth action, I'm going to move over here. That's my 4 actions. And after the end of my 4 actions, I'm going to draw 2 warrior cards, which is swift and an enemy move. So what happens here is these cards will make these the leaders move. So what we need to do, basically we just need to find out which one is going to be the one that's going to move. We roll the dice. I roll a 4. A 4 is number 2. Leader number 2 is going to move, which is basically this leader number 2 is going to move. So what's going to happen is you roll a dice, and he rolls a 1, which means within his zone, he's going to go to 1. So he's over there now. If you roll a 6, we will have to re-roll it again because there's only 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 location within the zone. So we'll just re-roll that. So that's enemy movement for you. You throw that in the discard pile, and we have redraw another one. Oh, swift. Okay. So now, in order to, because the objective of this game is actually to defeat these guys. So let's look at this particular character. This guy is leader number 1. Leader number 1. This is leader number 1. In order to engage this character in heroic combat, you need 3 swift. So at the moment, I only have 2 swift. Now, Sumina has 1 swift here. So in the next turn, if Sumina comes to me and pass me the swift, which is passing is actually 1 action, I will have 3 swifts. So my next turn when I go over here, I can actually cash in the 3 swift to engage the leader in heroic combat and hopefully take it down. So, okay. So that's me drawing the 2 cards. The next one is to advance the swarm. So we're going to draw monster cards now. So I draw R3, R3 Fishing Village. And oops, TM4. It comes back in the timber mill again. So that's the end of Mombatuk's turn, and now goes back to Sumina. That sounds like a great idea, which I talked about. So what she's gonna do is she's gonna move to me by moving 1 and 2, and then 3, passing Mombatuk the swift card, and at the same time she's going to use her 4th action to attack the Biawak that she just bypassed. So she's going to roll dice. She rolls a 6. A 6 is 1 attack, so she removes 1 Biawak. So that's her 4 action. So she's gonna draw 2 cards. Oh my gosh. Now, she draws a swarm card. What does this mean? This means what we need to do is draw at the bottom of the deck the swarm card and add 3 Biawak and spawn a Rafflesia. So what actually happens is we take this swarm deck, we take the one at the bottom, just like Pandemic. Put K3, we take 3 Biawak, and you plonk it on K3 in the boat shed. And in this zone that has been spawned, the Biawak a Rafflesia would be which is one of those unique monsters will appear. So we're gonna roll dice here. You roll to 1, and the Rafflesia appears in 1. Now, like the leaders as well, I actually didn't tell you because so far we've been winning combat. But the leaders have what you call aura or zone aura, and the leaders have zone in this one zone 1 aura. Now, if Mombatuk, let's say this character is here and he didn't win combat, the Biawak will attack him back, and he will suffer the number of models that is present and lose that health point. Let's say there's one Biawak left he didn't manage to kill. This Biawak, this one model, will make 1 damage on him, which means on his health point, you will remove 1 damage, which means he becomes 5. But because he's close to the leader contribute 1 extra aura there, so it's as if it has 2 Biawaks over there, so it makes 2 damage. So which means that this character has actually lost 2 health. Just as an example, that's what I mean. Now the Rafflesia, this monster is similar, but so it won't move, but it will be there as a deterrent. So it will stay here as an annoyance. So if there's 3 Biawaks over here and you're fighting over here and you have not made any damage at all, that's 3 plus 4, that's 4 attacks on you. Okay, so that's what happens in a swarm. So what we do is we take the discard pile and we shuffle it up, and you put it back over here